Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to this. Ah! I did it! Finally got a video up! Seriously, go check it out. I actually got my first countdown video on my Paranormal Man channel. Go check it out. Yes! Top 10 scariest Japan ghost videos. Link right there. Right there. Right there. Go there. Okay. Where's the phone I can use? Gracias.
If you go to sleep, you can close the bathroom door. If no one can do that.
I would appreciate if you did it. Oh, that's looking guys. Alright. I need to get the video up on my channel.
Put in some more water, come back.
Alright. We are here, and we're good to go. Alright. So. There was a buzzing in my ear, now it's gone. I can't explain that. Alright, so welcome guys, welcome to Saturday Night Scares. As you can see right here, I've finally got my first countdown video uploaded to my second channel, The Paranormal Man. Go check it out. And I found some good ones. I found some really good ones. I know I didn't disappoint, because I scared my brother, and you know that's like a proud moment when you're able to scare your brother. But yeah, that's gonna be on there throughout the whole stream for people who either come on live or they watch this in the archive. Yeah, it's gonna be there. So the link will be there, so you can check it out. And of course, I'll leave a link in the description. Same to this channel. You know, in fact, here, let me go get that taken care of right now, real quick. Oh God! It hasn't even been up for an hour yet. It's already got 5 views, guys.
5 views now.
Yeah, it's at 5 views right now. Okay, hold on here a second. Bap-a-doo-bap-bap. Okay. Alright, and there it is. It is now in the description, guys, if you want to go and check it out. Now, I know what you're thinking. You know, if you have this on the whole, if you have this right here on the whole stream, you know, no one's going to be able to see the videos. Now, I thought of that. I've actually thought of that. Me use big brain moment. For this stream and this stream only, I have moved the display out there. Oh, Bobby Joe. All right, so we're gonna start off with a video by Top 15. It's the top 15 scary videos that can scare anyone, and then we're going to King Frost Mares, the scariest videos of 2020, number 2. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's just drift right in to the scary. Make sure audio output is up. All right. Here you go.
Number 15, Poltergeist. Do you believe in poltergeists? What if you're confronted with video proof? YouTuber Ethan Manitharok posted poltergeist activity happening in his office across 3 videos. In the first video, the office door closes on its own. Some paper towel moves, along with a computer cable followed by a tape dispenser on the desk. Then the computer monitor starts to blink on and off. Timestamp reads 6/9/2015. In the second video in the same room, a toy car moves across the desk to the very edge. The timestamp reads 6/10/2015. It's hard to tell if the last video is in the same room, as it's from a different camera and perspective, but it's filming while someone is in the office. As she's working on her computer, her coffee mug suddenly moves abruptly, spilling some coffee on her desk right next to her electronics. She jumps up to move everything out of the way. If you weren't a believer before, you'd be hard to explain this series of events. Number 14, Into the...
I don't know what to think about that one. It's kind of weird. But, you know, it's like those are all events that can be faked if you practice enough at it. So it's hard to say whether or not it's legit.
Flames. Well, light can certainly play tricks on us, and on a camera, things can get creepy. Posted
I
to
saw
the
that.
subreddit. Garno7 explains that he and some friends were hanging around their campfire near a lake, and one of them captured this on his phone. The clip shows a figure appearing to run from their group of people into the roaring flames. Watch as the camera pans from left to right. Can you see it? Well, many in the comments say the figure is nothing but a lens flare. A couple Redditors counter that argument. Redditor Patrick RS Ghost writes, "At first I thought it was some flare or something due to the transition from dark to light very quickly, but when I looked closer I could see something start to move within the crowd at around the 2-second mark, almost to the left of the little girl in the pink sweater, right as the camera starts to pan, and upon looking again, I can totally see what this Redditor is talking about, so now I think there's a good chance this could be paranormal, because
yeah.
when you take the time, it seems to sync up." Number 13, Snakes on a Train.
I'm willing to lean towards real on that.
Even though this snake wasn't on a plane, Samuel L. Jackson would probably not appreciate its presence on this train platform. Tweeted by Triple G RTO, he writes, "Being a train operator for NYCT Subway, I thought I have seen it all, but this can't be real. Oh, it's real alright. This feet-long snake, which has been identified as a non-venomous black eastern rat snake, was spotted on a subway platform in New York City.
Oh, it's just a rat
August
snake?
10th, 2020. The species can grow up to 7 feet and is native to the East Coast region, from Connecticut down to South Carolina and west to Kansas. It feeds on rodents, which may be why it's lurking in a New York subway station. As
That's
the enormous
nothing.
snake weaves slowly across the platform, a commuter stands not far off, waiting for her train's arrival. The MTA addressed the situation in a tweet writing, "This is a new one for us. They were investigating the matter and aren't aware how it got there, although the reptile doesn't appear to have an owner, so may have just been out for a midday stroll or slither. Still, I'm sure many New Yorkers
Or it's an escapee from someone's house.
Wouldn't want to share the L train with this scaly passenger. Number 12. Leave. If a disembodied voice tells you to leave, you should probably listen. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Mads Entertain. The Redditor was given a warning that
Hey, it's Mads Entertainment.
might be worth heeding. She and a friend enter an abandoned house. About 1 minute into the clip, a creepy old lady voice orders them to leave. They don't leave. Instead, they search the barren house up to the 2nd floor. After exploring, the Redditor is doing his outro when something bangs overhead.
If you're new to our channel, again, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for new content every Sunday.
It sounds like it's coming from upstairs. They hurry out of the house, and the Redditor explains that they had to cut because after hearing that bang, they heard scraping against the walls and the sound of a door opening. Well, the voice had warned them. What did they expect? Number 11.
Hold on a second here. Maybe...
Well, the voice had warned them. What did they expect? Voice had warned them. What did they expect?
Oh my gosh. Guys. Right here. There's a figure looking up at the cameraman.
What did they expect? Number 11. All pretty I am. Crazy EVPs and spiritual mists run amok in the
come
haunted
on.
Skinner's Tavern. Posted to the Chills
Go
Narrator
full
subreddit,
screen.
Paranormal Purgatory writes, we captured what looks like a spirit trying to manifest in the doorway. They also captured some insane dialogues with the Beyond as they attempted to communicate with the spirits
Oh, you gotta be
inside
kidding me.
this haunted place.
See for a little bit. See for a little bit. See if we can hear anything.
Alright, that was irritating. No, don't save. We just got a glimpse of my editing software there, guys.
Expect. Number 11. All pretty I am. Crazy EVPs and spiritual mists run amok in the haunted Skinner's Tavern. Posted to the
Alright, hold on
Chills
here a
Narrator
second.
subreddit, Paranormal Purgatory writes, we captured what looks
Alright, I gotta reload this. This is getting irritating.
Poltergeist. Do you believe in poltergeists? What if you're confronted with video proof? YouTuber Ethan and Thurrock.
Come on.
warned them. What did they expect?
Now, can you please go to... Thank you! Oh, this piece of shit.
Number 11, All Pretty I Am, posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit, Paranormal... Purgatory writes, we captured what looks like a spirit trying to manifest in the doorway. They also captured some insane dialogues with the Beyond as they attempted to communicate with the spirits inside this haunted place.
See for a little bit. See for a little bit. See if we can hear anything.
I didn't hear anything. I heard that one.
After an EVP translates a spirit whispering, all pretty I am, a partial manifestation is caught in this doorway. Right in the middle of the entry, you can see a trace of a ghostly mist as the camera pans around. The Redditor doesn't appear to notice it in the moment, as he calmly asks the house at large if he can get a drink. Don't blame him, he's probably gonna need a drink again when he plays this back. Number 10, Lightning Ball. Ball lightning are luminescent phenomenons usually linked to thunderstorms. The rare anomalies have been recorded throughout history in various sizes, from the size of a pea to several feet wide. The following clip appears to capture this phenomenon. Published to YouTube by Roman Tregubov in August of 2016, the so-called lightning fireball was captured in Russia at the edge of a field. Stormy weather darkens the sky as the fireball moves slowly across the horizon. Surrounded by blue lights, the ball flares up randomly and disappears behind some tall trees, but is still visible beyond. Although some are sure this is ball lightning, YouTuber Jason W. suggests an alternative theory in the comments, to which others agree. He writes, that's an arc of electricity going across two different phases on a power line. Not that weird, but pretty cool to witness as long as you're far away. The Redditor claims that there are no power lines in this area to validate this explanation, but again, it's hard to tell from this distance. What do you think? Do you agree with Roman or Jason? Either way, this brilliant ball of light would be a crazy sight to encounter.
Okay, I have a theory on this one. I don't know how right it is, but it's raining. Or at least very stormy out there. So it's possible that what that is a train. And because of the wet weather, a little bit of water got on the lens. And the light from the train has become that. I don't know how true that could be, but it's definitely possible.
Number 9, Splunking Scream. In the depths below, no one can hear you scream. But that's not the case when Redditor JTS4 went splunking in these Georgia caves. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit, the Redditor writes that their GoPro recorded screaming in the darkness that they never heard in person. Moreover, he says that the caves were very quiet, so quiet you can hear a pin drop. As other Redditors note, the distant scream heard literally sounds like one from a horror movie. It's clear in the clip that the Redditor didn't hear it, as he continues to navigate through the cave, talking nonchalantly to his audience. While most agree that this is super freaky, others suggest it might not be paranormal at all. Redditor rules for your health rights. Reminds me of a feral hog sound. They used to go in caves near my grandma's house and get trapped inside. Other suggestions include a mountain lion or a fox, while some think it could be a woman. The The Redditor says the cave is popular, so who knows, but it still doesn't explain why they didn't hear it in person at the time. He also says they were very deep in the cave along an 8-mile stretch that hasn't been fully explored. Could this be the reason why? Number 8. Poltergeist in the Park. Come Out and Play. Posted in January of 2014. This poltergeist...
I can lean more towards that it was a hog of some kind.
knows how to have fun. A group of friends are hanging out along a city river at night. As the cameraman scans the area, one of the girls spots it first, a swing swaying back and forth rather forcefully on its own. The night is still, the wind barely moving the leaves in the trees, and yet this swing is moving with energy. As Lex Cotton writes in the comments, the thing is moving too fast to be pulled by strings or the wind. Who then is moving it? And do you want to play? I sure wouldn't, because it looks like this is the work of a nefarious ghost. Number 7.
Wow.
Basement Monster. Basements are built to house all the evils of the world. This basement is no exception.
I honestly have nothing to say about that one. That looked, it was too creepy. By the way, guys, I might not do as many videos as I usually do tonight. I've been so busy editing and finalizing that video for the Paranormal channel that I'm really exhausted. So just putting it out there, I might not be able to do as much tonight as I do my normal streams.
Published by YouTuber Mr. Vujade in February of 2012, this frightening basement monster will scare the living daylights out of you. The short clip sees our protagonist heading downstairs into a creepy dark basement. As he slowly searches the space, it appears empty. Apart from a few piles of storage items, some bicycles, the usual suspects in a basement. But then suddenly he turns, which is when he is confronted by this. I'm never going down there again, the YouTuber writes. Who can blame him? I don't think I could ever work up the courage to explore that basement. Number 6.
That was a crazy homeless guy in a mask. It wasn't paranormal, but it was definitely life-threatening.
Witch's Ritual. This video, posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Exploring with Eric, is another random Randonautica adventure. Only this adventure took its victims somewhere that no one would choose to end up. The abandoned site of a witch's ritual. Eric writes, myself and Veronica unexpectedly found a ritual site and it was beyond disturbing. Directed by the app into the middle of nowhere at night, the pair wander through the wilderness to the random destination set out for them and arrive at an old rocky structure that looks like it's been around for a good while. The abandoned site is littered with recognizable graffiti alongside symbols that aren't so recognizable. Although the place appears to have been frequented by others, these others may not have all been innocent random Randonauticers or taggers, but rather more nefarious individuals. After exploring an enormous empty tank outside, they head inside the stone structure. This is where things get freaky. Inside is a bizarre and creepy sight. Encircled by a red ring with votive candles surrounding it, they discover a piece of paper scrunched up on the floor. As they attempt to unfurl it to see what's written, they keep hearing things. Veronica says it sounds like someone laughing. They decide to leave, but they take the paper with them. Once in the car, they open it and find the messages written in Spanish. According to YouTuber Luisa Gutierrez, it reads in English, "It's a trap, my spirit Marlene here. Please say my name 3 times. There also appears to be a date at the end. What does it all mean? Eric and Veronica may have just cursed themselves." Number 5. Shadow.
Yeah, I don't think I would have gone in there just by looking at that outside. I was like, yep.
unexplained shadows fall, your only recourse is to search for an answer. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit, SammySam1870 writes, it was 2:06 a.m. and there was no one walking around.
I'm sorry, what?
When this mysterious shadow strolled across my security camera. The following day, I tried to figure out where it could have came from, but found no explanation. The security camera footage shows a black shadow cast upon the ground, moving across the screen.
That's crazy.
As the editor explains, nothing visible in the area is casting the shadow. So do we have a shadow figure on our hands, or is this just a bug caught at a weird angle?
That's
Number
possible
4,
too.
Night terrors. What's more
But for some reason, I'm leaning more towards Shadow Spirit.
terrifying than your child staring at something invisible in the middle of the night when you hear someone talking to her? Posted to the Ghosts subreddit, ElSoto14 explains, everyone was asleep in the house, but something told me to check my daughter's monitor. She was sleeping, then sat up and stared at the door. The Redditor is wondering what the strange noise might be at the 10-second mark of the recording. There seems to be a consensus in the comments that the voice says the word listen. Others say it just sounds like a frog croaking to them. The Redditor notes that her daughter doesn't remember anything from the incident, whatever the voice is saying. If it really is a voice, the girl sitting up, seemingly aware of the presence, in and of itself is terrifying. Number 3. Possessed.
If they're using a baby monitor, then chances are someone hacked it and is communicating with the little girl through it.
Redbox. What exactly is going on here? This has taken the Spanish-speaking YouTube community by storm. The image was reportedly captured in Corbin, Kentucky, while renting movies from a Redbox at a grocery store.
Okay,
This
I'm
still
working on
shows
it
a
now.
woman who appears to be possessed, as her head is rolled back in an unrealistic fashion, looking backwards at the ceiling. Her face appears distorted and ghoulish, but there's no further explanation as to what's going on here. The bizarre still frame has many Redditors exchanging jokes on the creepy subreddit, with no hyphenation asking, I wonder if she is renting The Exorcist. We hope so.
That is a good joke. That is a good joke. Hey, babe. So someone in the Reddit page of this photo typed in a joke saying, "I wonder if she's renting The Exorcist."
It looks like she could use one. Number 2, NASA's Curiosity rover. This clip calls into question whether or not there's life on Mars. According to Redditor GamersGen, this video was captured by NASA's Curiosity rover over Mars. On the 23rd of August 2012, GamersGen linked an AI-enhanced version in 4K to the post. The video is actually a series of photographs, so the rate at which it appears to fly is inaccurate. Regardless, the photo series shows an unknown flying device moving over the horizon of the planet's Barrett landscape. It flies to a point where it hovers overhead for a moment before moving off and out of sight. Well, of course, many call fake in the comments. Others claim it could be part of something larger. However, a Redditor throws down some math, noting that the rover supposedly takes a photo every 5 minutes. If this is the case, it's pretty unusual that nothing changed on the planet's surface, nor did the light or rover shift in that amount of time. Logical, but then again, X-Files advises us to trust no one. I've got a challenge for you.
Well, there's no atmosphere on Mars, so that means there's no atmospheric changes that could affect the foundation or the landscape of Mars. So, you saying that there was no movement on the planet's surface actually makes sense.
Number 1, Plant Man. If you hear something outside, don't go investigate. You might not like what you find. Published to YouTube in July of 2006, TCan456 writes,
What's
just watch, but not before you go to bed. Take his advice. In this home video, our friend, who is clearly scared judging by his breathing patterns, looks around his house after hearing something and then heads outside to investigate. He passes a large potted plant as he turns a corner. Nothing appears to be there, but when he turns back, a figure flees from behind the plant and races into the darkness. The cameraman runs after it, but quickly loses the creature. He searches along some thick hedges in his backyard, and soon faces the plant man again. Instead of searching him out further, he races inside, locking the door behind him, runs to his room, locking that door too, and gets in bed. All the while there is banging. Although it's not clear where the sound is coming from, the rest of the video is nothing but a black screen, one upon which you keep expecting a jump scare to surface. Don't worry, the fear is over, but my questions about this video remain unanswered. Thanks for checking out this.
Okay, that was different. Plant Man. I thought I heard them all, but nope. There it is. Plant Man. Alright. Moving on. The scariest videos of 2020, number 2.
Hello guys, today we want to take a look at the second part of the scariest videos found in 2020. I'm out of the city this month, but I'm sure they can creep us out once more. Now let's buckle up and stay frosty.
Wait, is this going to just be videos that I've already reacted to?
John sent me the following dashcam recording. It was captured in a not further disclosed tunnel by a driver on his way home.
I'm sure that many know the feeling when one drives on a lonesome road in the middle of the night. You think about different things that you deal with in your life. Or you just tune out completely and enjoy your ride. Imagine thinking nothing at all, and then something pops up in front of you.
Good one, Frosty.
What did
That was
the
a good jump
dashcam
scare.
capture this night? Looks like a humanoid shape, standing in the middle of the road. Could it be the spirit of a person, or was it just a hoax?
I question the fact that it's a hoax because, while it's the center of the camera, there was no reaction from the guy. I honestly think he didn't know that was there.
Alright. I wanted to catch this on tape. My basement doors are doing. I live alone, that's right. Every night around 11:30.
That actually scared me a little
It's actually
bit.
part of a series, which I was not aware of.
Am I really that
Jumpy?
Am I really that jumpy right now that my wife managed to jump scare me right to my face?
I guess so.
Captured by Blake Smith, inexplicable events seem to unfold in the basement of his apartment. These are the tapes which document the mysterious happenings. Some of you might also have seen the following clip of Blake Wraith.
in which he's exploring some eerie noises that were stemming from his basement. But there's actually more to this story.
It feels like I got a piece of hair in my nose.
You can call the police. They're trying to look for footprints down there. So, I don't know.
This recording, Blake is letting us in on some odd noises from the basement. Today the noises seem to be back though. And just as he makes it downstairs, the sounds that appear to be stemming from a little girl crying can be heard really clearly.
Hello?
I've seen this one.
Hello?
Now, I've seen this one, but I don't remember if any kind of jump scare happens, so
Anyone down here?
I'm preparing myself for it. I saw an apparition.
But the basement is empty. No little girl. Was it maybe something behind the door?
Anyone down here?
I don't know if it could have been just a lens flare. Yeah, it was a lens flare.
But the basement is empty. No little girl. Was it maybe something behind the door? On one of the following nights, it starts again.
Hello?
And as suddenly as it started, it stops.
Hello? A few people said that I should leave my phone down and try to record the time.
And with that, Blake makes his way downstairs into his basement again, only to leave his camcorder to record any possible activity. Like he had mentioned, the noises seem to appear during the day even. And after a little while, these familiar noises can be heard. An invisible force pushed around various objects on the ground. Could the activity be real, or was it just cheap fishing lines?
I don't know.
And back upstairs, the paranormal activity seems to get even stronger. places his camcorder once more down in the basement to see what would happen. And indeed, the voices return.
Okay.
Then something appears to be standing in the corner that almost looks like a human figure.
Yes, enhance the video. Let us see the human figure. The worthless bags of mostly flesh.
The whole story reaches its climax when Blake captures this humanoid shape in the corner by himself. Whatever was captured in this
Yeah,
corner,
that's creepy.
chances are, was responsible for all the disturbance. Maybe.
Hey guys, if you wish to support me to enjoy many more videos, please consider becoming a member and join us. Frosty Goddess, Cox, Shay Hitchcock, Joey Spagnoletti, Hector Colazzo, Kath Orange.
This video was sent by Alan, and we follow a ghost hunter into an abandoned building at night. Can he capture anything interesting? Let's find out. I don't know much about the area the man is investigating that night, but it appears that the building he's venturing through has been abandoned not too long ago. As he navigates through different rooms, he enters into another one with a sliding glass door. And it is there where he gets startled quite a bit.
That was creepy.
A ghostly shape can be captured by him through the window.
I was expecting a little bit more than that, though. That's why I didn't react the way I would have wanted to. I want to get scared. Definitely, some videos have creeped me out, but I haven't actually been like scared.
Curious. This clip was recorded by a tourist who was exploring an unknown rural area, apparently while waiting for a connecting train. Something inexplicable creeped up on him. It's annoying when you have to wait for a train at night, especially at a provincial deserted train stop. But what if you're actually not alone?
That was a nice creepy one.
What appears to be a demon is poking its head towards this man.
Sounds more like a woman to me.
Certainly an image straight out of a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Alright, next we got 5 scary videos you will regret watching. Ooh, bring it, chills.
These are the types of creepy videos that left people never feeling the same again. Number 5. I covered Peggy the Headache doll a while ago, but she is up to new antics at a different location that's really creepy. This cursed doll, believed to be possessed by the angry spirit of a girl who lost her life during the 1930s, does not appreciate being gawked at by visitors for money, as this CCTV video shows. Peggy squares up with a random woman as soon as she enters the exhibit. It looks like the woman could have tripped, but look closer. There's no step, nothing to trip over. The floor is even. Her feet are firmly planted on the floor. She goes to lean on the doorway and one hand flies up to her chest, the other grabbing the wall to keep from getting shoved over. Shoving is just one of the many reasons why Peggy can never stay housed in one place for long. Her previous owner, a famous paranormal investigator named Jane Harris, shipped the doll all the way from the UK to America because she feared for her life. The doll has been known to cause migraines, heart problems, and lifelong problems in otherwise healthy people. And in case you were wondering, yes, just looking at her on video is enough to bring a lifetime of bad luck. Peggy now resides in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Clark County, Nevada, a place where visitors already expect to be cursed and paranormally pestered anyway. So in this regard, she actually fits right in with the other haunted artifacts. It's not uncommon for the more sensitive of visitors to pass out. This woman drops face first to the ground in front of a wall of cursed items, so it's hard to say which one in particular got to her. It's also possible that she psyched herself out and passed out from fear, but as a concerned crowd gathers around her, Zach Bagans notices a mysterious white light fly away like a ghost in a tree.
Okay,
I
yeah.
personally suspect it could be a bug and a coincidence. So much weird behavior happens here that I suspect visitors really are being influenced by the abundance of paranormal energy around them. Not too long after the woman passes out, a second man abruptly stiffens up and stares down an employee who is dressed as a clown. She does absolutely nothing to provoke him, but he towers over her for no reason at all, as if he's being possessed. Maybe something evil in the room was stirring them all up.
Why
Number
does
4.
that has
There's an
strobes?
explorer from the UK who had
Strobe libs. Libby. I am just flopping words right now, guys. I did a lot of that during my script recording for my Paranormal Man video. A lot of mispronunciations and all that. I am just really tired today.
You're making me yawn.
I'm sorry. Not trying to. Meh.
has been making Urbex videos for over 3 years and has had his share of eerie encounters. The Explorer Returns is the name of his channel, and on it are 2 places in particular that I bet he wished he never stepped foot in. One of them is the Merrick Park Nursing Home. Shut down in 2014, the nursing home became the center of controversy after 2 residents lost their lives due to neglect. An investigation revealed the elderly were being fed medication that was out of date and didn't work. They were also helplessly exposed in cold water baths for prolonged periods of time, and other mistreatments that no one should have to endure. It's pitch black outside when Connor and his friend Daniel find the place, and the inside is just as dark. His flashlight combs across room after room filled with flowers sent by family members who had no idea what miserable conditions their loved ones were being kept in. The doors still have names on them, and the residents seem to respond to having their name read aloud. Connor enters one room, and a feeling of intense unease makes him let out an involuntary moan. woman's laughter comes from the corner of the room by a pile of her former possessions that are no doubt teeming with energy from her passing. Like I said before, it's only Connor and Daniel, so they shouldn't be hearing any other voices, let alone a laugh like this one. At any rate, the spirits seem relatively friendly until they make a mistake at 2 minutes and 19 seconds by wiping some leaves off of these two names with their shoe. They meant no disrespect by the gesture, just the opposite actually, but stepping on the names of those who have passed in their own home is bound not to go over well. After all, these spirits have already experienced enough mistreatment when they were still alive. Connor steps at the doorway of a laundry room lined with someone's clothes. He doesn't notice the arm of the shirt sleeve move on its own. It's probably just a draft from the open window now that I look closer at it, but that still doesn't explain the angry eyes peering at him from within. They somehow miss this and instead focus on something upstairs. The power is off, and yet a strange chime takes them up a floor. The tension grows as they track it from room to room until the source is only a few feet away. They find a motion sensor that stays on for as long as the door remains open. However, it wasn't going off until recently, so that means the door must have just opened when no one was on that floor. It's weird, but they're more relieved it's not an alarm, so they press on to the 3rd floor. Holes in the roof have left some rooms filled with leaves and open to the elements. They don't find much up here, and when they are ready to leave, their suspicions about opening doors are confirmed. The door that they had clearly left open at 12 minutes and 50 seconds is now mysteriously closed. Either it has shut on its own, which is certainly possible because it's pretty thin and lightweight, or else something closed it besides them. As they are leaving the Merrick Park nursing home, the camera picks up a final occurrence. Listen. The craziest of all, though, has to be when Connor explores the abandoned asylum at 1 in the morning. Through the woods and under a gate lies the hapless estate, where many were held their entire lives. It takes Connor 8 minutes just to find an unboarded window, and by then he is almost too fearful to venture inside. Aside from the paranormal, this looks to be a possible hangout for tough locals as well. The inside is completely and unnaturally silent. The house doesn't creak, crack, or settle at all. Connor keeps hearing things that don't register up on camera, and he suspects that something is in the large room with him. He sets up a K2 meter to detect electromagnetic energy but finds none. He talks out loud to a spirit who apparently isn't there, then gets moving again. Or maybe the spirit was listening close by all along. When he goes into the next room, he catches on camera a fleeting glimpse of a tall shadow at 12 minutes and 15 seconds. He doesn't see the Shadow Man in real life, but his equipment certainly does. It's not graffiti either, if that's what you were thinking, because when he comes back downstairs and turns at 17 minutes 4 seconds, the wall it was standing against is clean. It's nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, the room where Connor left his K2 meter suddenly experienced...
Okay, yeah, there was something there, but it wasn't a shadow person. It was another man. Looked like another explorer.
odd activity.
Or someone who's just hanging out there, minding his own business, looking on his phone. I mean, here, I'll even just bring it back here for a second.
Bad, or maybe.
Yeah, right there. It looks like he's on his phone. Okay, so let's not call this a ghost. This is a man that's clearly on his phone. He's wearing blue jeans and brown boots.
This odd activity as a mysterious white light slowly grows into a beam for a full minute, from 15 minutes and 15 seconds to 16 minutes and 15 seconds, and then fades away. He goes back to the K2 meter and runs some more experiments. None of his questions get any answers, and it doesn't seem interested in communicating with him at all, or at least not as much as it wants to from a distance. He sets up the K2 meter in another room and decides if this doesn't work, then he will end the investigation. He doesn't know that he has already caught both a shadow figure and a mysterious white light on tape already, and is growing somewhat frustrated. Just when he is ready to give up, the Shadow Man returns. And as he quivers in the cold, he fails to miss two eyes looking at him from the doorway where the footsteps just were. The K2 meter still hasn't gone off, but that's because it's not in the room with him. It's clearly waiting just outside. Upon announcing that this investigation is over, the Shadow Man takes it upon himself to walk into the same room and make itself known. Number 3. Dwayne Ragland of New Orleans, Louisiana.
That's creepy. That last part was creepy, yeah.
Paranormal Encrypted's channel on YouTube. He seems to almost always be in a good mood and isn't afraid to joke around with friendly spirits and talk trash to unfriendly ones. He knows just what to say to rile them up and then gets them back under control. Take this exploration of a local New Orleans church for example. The place is in the early stages of collapse and rotten down to the foundation. Ceiling rafters with loose nails hang low. I'd say in another year, any supernatural entities inhabiting this area won't have a place left to haunt. His two friends, Alan and Rosie, have been here once before and know exactly where to look. There's a back room where they heard a demon growl before.
I heard it.
So
I see it.
His journey. He doesn't see anything, but I do.
I'll find a place to set up a live stream or do a spirit box. Wow, no ceiling.
It's a demonic little figure with a tuft of black hair, swaddled in brown robes, that dips in and out of the shadows. When they go back into the main room, Alan has a camera malfunction.
My camera just shut off.
I believe it.
Now we charge them off.
My battery's brand new right now.
Huh.
They decide this is as good a spot as any to set up the spirit box, and it seems their instincts were entirely accurate. Dwayne gets an answer on the first try.
Does anybody want to talk?
Soon a woman steps forward to chat, but right before he can get her name,
Anybody want to talk? Hi. What's your name?
something else interrupts her. A presence named Pete who doesn't want anything to do with them.
Anybody want help?
And whose disagreeable attitude seems to persuade the other one to follow suit.
Hello, y'all want to play?
No.
You know? Are you scared?
Listen to what happens when Dwayne asks the spirit if they're mad. Don't listen to the spirit box, listen to the background.
Are you mad? Kinda.
Two voices talk to Dwayne the whole time, Pete and the girl with no name. Dwayne gets them riled up for a few minutes, encouraging them to taunt him more and more. He's talking about how he hopes he doesn't step on a nail, when finally the spirits have had enough and decide to send him to the floor.
My guy step on a nail and might possibly lose a foot or a leg. Whoa. Yeah, floor give.
Pete says break break moments before the floor gives way, and when Dwayne gets up, the man and woman mock his shortness of breath.
Alright. Bro, I'm getting attacked.
So he's either continuing to get messed up by ghostly presences here, or else he stood up too fast and is getting a head rush.
My head feels like a million needles are sticking in it, all in my forehead. I ain't leaving. Demon, why don't you... No. Man, guys got pushed.
Shortly after he gets pushed, his dog senses something and cowers behind Rosie, clearly ready to leave. They decide to leave before it brings the whole building down on them and go over to the graveyard nearby. Pete follows and lets Dwayne know it's not over yet.
Alright. Yeah. Hal and Rosie... Bruh. I ain't never come so close to falling so many times just in a few minutes.
A few minutes later, they all agree it's time to go. It's the right decision in my opinion. Number 2.
That's, don't try to provoke spirits, man. If they don't want to talk, just leave it at that.
Shadowhunters Paranormal Investigations, led by Nick Sarlo, is an underground society with 15 years of experience hunting spirits in and around Lake County, Illinois. Nick had his first paranormal experience at the age of 17 and formed the Shadowhunters as a way to better understand it. Don't fear what you can't see is their motto. On October 11th, 2016, the Shadowhunters took to the Pollock Hospital in Bartonville, a medical building with no terrible stories of neglectful management to speak of for a pleasant change. The patients were actually given the best treatments available, and somehow that's what makes its history even sadder. You see, even though the nurses were doing all they could, the hospital was built in 1949. The sheer number of patients who lost their lives in pure misery virtually guaranteed the building would be haunted forevermore. No less than 4 cemeteries now surround the property. That's how many lives were lost. The hospital shuttered its doors in 1973, but some supernatural odds and ends are said to still roam the hospital halls, unaware that their allotted time on Earth expired long ago. The Shadowhunters now hope to respectfully document their presence. Nick and his team head to a section of the women's ward where patients with no chance of surviving were sent to pass. In this room is a ghost with a penchant for grabbing men, so they set up motion sensors and line up 2 volunteers. It isn't long before Nick is having trouble finishing his sentence because of how he is being handled.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. She's touching my right now.
The K2 meter does detect electromagnetic activity. When Terry holds it to where Nick says that he is being grabbed, it could be simply detecting the electromagnetic activity of a cell phone in his pocket, if he has one, but at the same time it does back up his claims that a ghost is near. Also, look what happens when Nick wants to show if anyone else is in the room with them.
Did that just start?
No, that started moving.
Holy guacamole, Marcus. Now you're setting off my detector.
A big wooden spool rolls towards Nick with a forward momentum generated from nowhere. The K2 meter lights up excitedly as Nick steps back, proof to them that the ghost is near. Later that day, they leave to explore the nearby 4 cemeteries, but not before setting up cameras around the Pollock Hospital first, and wait until you see what happens around this area. They claim nobody was down there, and yet something definitely was messing with the camera, ghost or otherwise. The next night, they get a spirit to spin atop for exactly 20 seconds before it turns over. A rocking chair moves by itself despite the fact that Terry's arms are crossed, Nick's hands are in his lap, and their feet are too far away. I suppose a third investigator could be laying on the floor to create this illusion, so it's too bad we never get to see all of the rocking chair to make sure. Anyway, after catching so many paranormal events on camera, it should come as no surprise that Nick's home has inevitably become haunted over the years. Something lurks in the surrounding woods too, something that makes people feel sick and watched at the same time. a shadow figure that they have taken a picture of once before and hope to capture on video tonight for better evidence. On November 9th, 2019, they decide to confront it once and for all. They return to the same area of the woods and detect nothing, so then they sit at the playground at the outskirts of the woods and wait. A strange feeling soon washes over them and they know it's near. They play back digital voice recordings of themselves and hear something that does not belong.
There are cars going by. The playground is where the shadow figure.
Okay, that was not me.
They think it says fire, but I hear a girl whisper, "Find me." Then it says exactly where to look. Right about when this happens, the faintest of shadows passes by Ashley's camera, a brief change in the light that's almost imperceptible unless you already know where to look. Don't be disappointed if you still can't see it. In fact,
I saw it now.
consider yourself lucky. I've got a challenge for you.
I saw it right there.
Since you've made it this far, why not like with the Spanish-speaking YouTube community? And due to that popularity, I decided to analyze. It's been getting really popular. Number 1. This channel has been getting really popular with the Spanish-speaking YouTube community, and due to that popularity, I decided to analyze it. Specifically, one picture that I came across that I'll get to in just a moment. Bob is a man who operates a YouTube channel and declared years ago that he's possessed by a spirit. According to him, the spirit's ultimate goal is to destroy him, and there's nothing he can do to save himself, since it's all caused by powers beyond his control. Anyway, this picture has recently made rounds online in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. In it, there appears to be a hand that sticks out the back of his SUV and seems to be reaching out for help, possibly trying to get the attention of the car behind them. Meanwhile, Bob stares at the camera with a dazed and perhaps slightly angry expression. Though it's hard to tell what kind of mood he's in, to be honest. I went to his channel hoping to find the original thumbnail image for comparison purposes, but I was unable to find it. A quick look at his YouTube channel reveals that a lot of his thumbnails are car selfies, and none of them have a hand in the background. So my guess is that someone took a still frame from one of his videos and just photoshopped the hand in. And if we
That's
enhance
possible.
it, the outline of the hand looks kind of wrong, like it was cut and pasted into the shot. So in conclusion, I don't think he's driving around with anything like that in the back seat. Nothing can prepare you for these scary videos.
Alright guys, I know it's only 3 videos, but I'm done. I am done for the night. But yeah, go check that out. Go check that out because it was a lot of fun making it, editing it. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna see how many views it has real quick. That's still at 5 views. Anyone leave any comments? Nope. No comments. Alright. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Let's position that here. Better angle. I think I might do this again tomorrow to watch 3 more videos to make up for my absence tonight. But yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'm pushing it on you. Just okay, that's stupid. Okay, but yeah, please go check it out. It took me a lot of work, and I'm really proud of it. It's my first countdown video. Really excited with it. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow night for another stream.